Hey you, and welcome. In this video, we will learn about the switch case statement in JavaScript. So let's dive right into it. I'll open up Quokka, new.js, and take away the terminal. Let's start by writing a function. In this case, I will be writing a function that gets the prices of the vegetables that I pass as parameter. So get price function takes vegetable or just veg as a param, and I will say if veg equals to tomato, then return me a price of $1, else everything else would be $0. I could also make it so that it has another vegetable in there. So veg equals, let's say broccoli, and then return $2 for broccoli. Now let's go ahead and call this function. So I'll say console log get price for a tomato. That's $1. Get price for, I don't know, peanut. I'm not sure that's a vegetable or not. And then there's a broccoli. Ooh, did I misspell it? There we go. All right, perfect. So this function is working. However, there's another way to write it using switch case statement. That's the one that I'm going to use to refactor, and notice the difference. So instead of if statement, let's just comment all this out so we can keep referencing it up. So let's do a switch statement. Switch statement usually starts with the keyword switch and then the parentheses and then curly's right after it. So just like a function or the if statement that we've been working with so far, that's exactly the beginning here. Is just that instead of if, it's a switch. And inside the switch parentheses, you can provide a comparison boolean or a regular expression. So we can even say true. That means it's an infinite true, and then cases will be different. Or in this case, what we'll do is pass vegetable name into the switch statement. After that, we have to provide a default case in case none of these values would be true that will be in the beginning. That means we have to start with the else statement first, which is default in this case, and then separate that with a colon and then return 0, all in one line. There is another method where we can just work with break. I don't really use it that often, and it doesn't seem like a lot of people are using that, so I'm going to skip that portion for now. However, there is a method where you can just break and do some business logic. That's not what we're going to be using it for. So return just work just fine. We don't have to use break in this case. So return 0, and you can see the function right now is returning 0 for all the vegetables. Now let's go ahead and provide first case. So we start with the case keyword, and then in the single quote, I will provide the tomato, and then colon, return 1, and semicolon. So that gives me my first case. In case the vegetable name is tomato, provide me the number 1, and that's working now. And same thing I can provide for a broccoli. I misspelled that one. That's okay. I'll keep it misspelling. Return to, and there we go. It's working just fine. So that's how we use the switch case statement. Now there is optimizations to be made. Let's say there is more than one vegetable that has the dollar amount 1, and I don't want to have to keep writing copy pasting this several times to say return 1. Instead, what we can do is have two cases for a one condition. So in this case, I'll say case for peanut is the same as tomato. So they can just work fine. I can even break it apart and then make it so that everybody knows the peanut and tomato cases both apply to returning 1, whereas broccoli would be return 2. All right. So that's how we refactor it. I'll take that away, and our function is working fine with the switch statement. All right, I'll see you all in the next video.